Picture the situation. You're sitting in the exam hall, you've got a scenario in front of you, someone slipped, someone shouted, someone signed something that maybe they shouldn't have. You've revised the topic, you kind of know the law, but then your mind goes blank. You know all of the theory, but you're just not sure how to actually start writing your answer. Now that's where the IRAC method comes in. So in this video, I'm going to run you through what the IRAC method is, how you can use it properly, and I'll show you a full example. So no fluff, no jargon, just clear, practical help that will make a real difference in your exams, but also in your legal career. So first of all, what is the IRAC method? Well, the IRAC method is a simple 4-step structure that helps you to tackle legal scenarios in a logical and in a confident way. IRAC stands for I, issue, R, rule, A, application, and C, conclusion. And it's more than just a checklist. It's a way of turning a messy situation into a clear, persuasive legal answer. And you'll end up using the IRAC method in most of your problem questions. And once you get the hang of it, it actually becomes second nature. Let's walk through an example. Let's say that you are given this particular situation. Sasha, a shopper, slips on a puddle in a supermarket aisle. There were no warning signs, and the puddle had been there for 20 minutes before the staff noticed. Could the supermarket be liable for negligence? So how do we use the IRAC method to answer this? Well, step 1 is issue. We start by identifying the legal question. In this case, is the supermarket liable in negligence for Sasha's injury? Now that's the issue, and it should always be phrased as a legal question, and it should be focused enough to guide your answer. Step 2, we've got rule. This is where we set out the relevant legal principles. Now for negligence, you need to establish 4 things. First, that there was a duty of care. Second, that that duty was breached. Third, that that breach caused damage. And fourth, that that damage was relatively foreseeable. Now, this is where you can bring in key cases. For example, O'Donoghue versus Stevenson for the duty of care, and Caparo versus Dickman if you need to explain the modern test. Then step 3 is application. And this is the most important part. It's where you apply the law to Sasha's situation. So did the supermarket owe her a duty of care? Yes, it's well established that businesses owe a duty of care to their customers. Was that duty of care breached? Probably. Leaving a puddle unclean for 20 minutes with no warning sign could easily be seen as a failure to take reasonable care. Did the breach of duty of care cause her injury? Well, if she slipped in a puddle, then yes. And was the harm foreseeable? Well, yes, slips on wet supermarket floors are a classic example of this. The key here is to not just repeat the facts of the law, but to connect them. You want to show the examiner that you understand how the law works in context and not just in theory. And step 4 is conclusion. This is where you wrap up your argument. So you don't want to hedge your bets here. So you might say something like, it's likely that the supermarket would be found liable in negligence. That's it. Short and confident. So why is the IRAC method useful? Well, it gives your answer structure. It stops you from writing a legal essay that ends up waffling and wandering off topic, and it keeps everything you know in focus. In the case of an exam, it also makes it easier for the examiner to follow your thinking, and therefore that will give you more marks. Now, here's one important tip. Make sure you use a separate IRAC for each legal issue. So for example, if Sasha had signed a waiver or was running in the shop, you'd treat those as separate issues and write a new IRAC paragraph for each one. And remember, the application section is where most of the marks are in exams. That's where you show your legal reasoning and how you apply it to a particular situation. So that's the IRAC method. 4 steps, 1 structure, and a much better chance of scoring high marks in your exam. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And why not leave a comment below to let us know what other legal tips you would like us to cover.